access to this whenever you want it. But first, I just wanted to welcome you and say hello. Thank you for being here. And I am excited to share with you the 3 secrets for semaglutide level weight loss. Now, semaglutide, as my husband asked, like, what the heck is that? It's Ozempic, it's Wegovy, it's Mounjaro, it's all these new GLP agonists that people are using to lose lots of weight, but are they doing it in the healthiest way? And is that something you actually want to put into your body long term? I think you're here because the answer is no. The answer is no for me. And so that's why I want to share with you something that is different, an alternate option. Now, while I'm presenting, I'm not going to be able to see the Q&A. So if you do have questions as I am talking, please go ahead and just post them, ask your questions, put them on the Q&A. And when I'm done, which again, won't be too long, I'm going to go ahead and answer your guys' questions. Some of them will probably be answered also in the presentation, especially we do have a short Q&A session already built into the end. But if you do have something beyond that, please just go ahead and ask. All right. Also, stay to the end because I do have a bonus for you. This is my 7-day, 5-pound detox challenge where women are losing between 2 and 7 or more pounds in 7 days. You get that just for being here. I am going to share that link with you at the end. I'll drop it in the chat. You can grab it there and then you'll have it as of today. You don't even have to do anything else. That is my gift to you. Now, the Living Light Metabolic Reset is the true reason you're here. All right. This is the program that I have to offer you. I am going to tell you, I have a program. I am a businesswoman. This is something I have to offer for sale. So if you're like, oh, I was just here for like the free content, then the free content was just kind of talked about and you'll get that link later on in a replay as well. But if you are curious about what the heck is a Living Light Metabolic Reset and how can it help me lose Ozempic level weight, then I'd encourage you to stick around because in this program with 10 weeks, you can lose 15 or more pounds with 0 drugs, no Ozempic, no shot, no side effects. This program has a 100% success rate. I've never done a presentation like this before. I don't believe in everything. I'm kind of even though I'm sunny, I'm a natural cynic, right? I think nothing is going to work. I've tried so many things over the course of my life, especially when it comes to my weight. I'm like, so it worked for her, probably won't work for me. That is not true, my friends. I use this program. It worked for me and it worked for 100% of my clients. I've had multiple women go through this. I've had a whole beta group of 20 women, almost 20 women go through this. I've been leading private clients through this for the past 6 to 8 months with incredible success. So I am telling you, no matter where you are in your life, because these women are all over the place, it will work for you, which is kind of a crazy thing to say. I agree, but the data is there. So 100% of my women lost between really 100% of my women lost between 6 and over 20 pounds, but 99% of my women lost between 11 and 20 plus pounds. And that's in 6 weeks. The program's 10 weeks, and I'm going to tell you why, but in 6 weeks, that can happen for you. So you're here. Thank you. And I'm going to tell you, if this is you, you probably want to stick around for a little bit and hear what I have to say. If you're a woman age 30 through 50 who's tried everything to lose your weight and get your energy back, and you're running ragged from dawn till dusk, and you don't know how you can handle one more thing in your crazy life, if you're actually really interested in Ozempic or Wegovy or Mounjaro, but you can't pay out of pocket, you don't meet the weight criteria, or you don't want to put this weird drug in your body, but you're also ready to care for yourself in a very intentional way, and you are willing to make time to do so. And if you want a quick fix, that's my secret, you guys. This program is a quick fix. I've never seen anything like it. I want a quick fix. All my clients want a quick fix. It is a quick fix. You can lose up to 20 pounds in 6 weeks, which is crazy, but you also get a long-term solution. I don't leave you there. You've probably seen people on Isagenix and Arbonne and Optavia, and they're posting these results that are crazy. They're losing, 10, 20, 30 pounds. But then you look at them, 2 years later and the weight's back on because they don't have a system to keep the weight off. This Living Light Metabolic Reset teaches you a system to keep the weight off. Now, also, please don't be offended if I accidentally let a swear word fly. I love Jesus. I am a Christian. I'm a mom and I'm 41 years old. And every once in a while, a swear word slips out. I'm going to try not to though. All right. This masterclass is not for you And I've worked with enough women, over 1,000 women in my almost 10-year career. And I will tell you, I want to work with women who want to help themselves. I want to work with women who are committed. So if you're not taking responsibility for yourself, or you're just in a spot right now where you're in a negative mindset and you don't have the wherewithal to really commit to a program, then this masterclass probably isn't for you, right? If you think that things tend to happen to you and you're more like in a victim mentality, if you don't have 15 minutes a day, just 15 minutes a day to devote to caring for yourself, if you're already working with another coach or on another program, if you're not willing to unlearn what's holding you back, and I'm going to ask you to be very open-minded. There are some things that I will share with you in this program that are going to be mind-blowing for you. They're going to be different for you. They go against the grain of what a lot of us think about health and diet and nutrition. So I want you to be willing to step outside your comfort zone, and I want you to unlearn what's been holding you back. I was sitting at lunch today with some friends and we were talking about like a healthy diet, and we're talking about our weight because we're girls at lunch, and we're talking about like healthy breakfast, chia seeds, overnight oats, almonds, bananas, blueberries. Like we all think that's healthy, right? But are we losing weight with those things? Are we getting clearer skin? Are we getting better digestion with those things? I would venture a guess, and I can clinically back this up, that the answer to that is no. And so again, I want you just to be willing to step outside your comfort zone and unlearn what's holding you back. I also told you at the beginning, I'm offering a program. Like I'm offering a program for sale. So if you're not open to investing in yourself, then this masterclass is not for you. All right, those are all my disclaimers. And let's talk about you now. Why are you here? If you are struggling with weird weight gain, 10 to 20 pounds of sudden weight gain, especially around your tummy area, that perimenopause belly, if you can't fall asleep or stay asleep, if you have low energy, brain fog, and you're like, I don't even know what foods I'm supposed to eat anymore. What the hell do I eat? Like everything is, health, everything's not healthy, right? Seed oils are going to kill me. Oats are going to kill me. Meat is going to kill me. You're like, what do I actually need to do? And if you're like, I kind of want to try Ozempic. My friend tried Ozempic. My mom tried Ozempic. They got great results. Like they're skinny and I'm kind of jealous, but you're also unsure about putting this new shot into your body. You are not alone, and it is not your fault. And I'm going to tell you why. You've probably been told that you need to eat less and exercise more to lose weight. You tried macro counting. I've done all these things. Macro counting, lots of protein, going vegan, going carnivore, spending a few months on Arbonne, Optavia, Isogenics, all of those things. And you've probably also been told, hey, the weight loss shot's pretty safe and like everyone's doing it. Everyone's on the weight loss shot. You also want to feel good, right? I know what it's like to walk past the mirror and just instantly get depressed. I know what it's like to sit in church and just be poking at the fat that's popping out beneath my skirt, where my skirt fastens on my belly, just like sitting there like, where did that come from? And I know what it's like to be thinking about my weight instead of thinking about the joy I have to be present with my kids or my family or my job. You want to feel good. You want to fit into your favorite clothes effortlessly. You want to shop at any store you want. You want your online order to get here and you be able to slip those clothes on and not feel like you're, depressed about it, right? You want to feel grounded. You want to feel present with your family. You want to sleep soundly and actually wake up refreshed. You definitely want to have balanced moods and healthy periods. And you want to be able to say, I did this. I did this myself. When people are like, are you on Ozempic? You'll be like, no, I did this myself. I've actually had clients who have gone through this program who have been asked if they are on Ozempic. And they're like, girl, I did this myself. And that is powerful. So here's what I have for you. I want to introduce it at the beginning. All right. I'm going to tell you exactly what I have for you so you can decide if you want to stick around and hear more. All right. I have a 10-week group coaching program that involves 6 weeks of active weight loss. And my girls lose about half a pound a day. So about 3 to 4 pounds a week. This is the Living Light Metabolic Reset. All right. I also have 4 weeks for you where I teach you how to get your new set point, how to permanently keep the weight off. 10-week program, 6 weeks of losing, 4 weeks of being in maintenance. Now, most of my girls actually continue losing weight in maintenance as well. A little slower because you're eating more food, which is fantastic, but they're still losing weight. I also have some financing available for you. And with financing, even the cost of my program itself, if you pay in full, is thousands of dollars less than a year of Ozempic. And I can offer you weight loss with no drug side effects. As I said before, this program has a 100% success rate of women in their 30s through 60s losing between 11 and 30 or more pounds in 10 weeks or less. So if that sounds pretty good for you, just put it in the Q&A. I can't see it. But if you're like, no, I want to learn a little bit more about that, please tell me a little bit more. Just put that in the Q&A. I would love to see it later. All right. This is where you are right now. And this is probably what you want to learn a little bit more about. Yeah, I know I would. I did, right? You should probably ask though, like, who's this girl? Who is speaking to me on the side of the camera? Hello, I am Jennifer Woodward. I am a 41-year-old perimenopausal woman married to my high school sweetheart with 4 very busy kids, 3 teenagers. Life is crazy. I'm also a health coach. I've been an FDN for the last 8 years. I have my master's in integrative nutrition, and for many, many years, I was struggling with my own weight. All right. I did great things at work. By God's grace, I just stepped into this cool role where they let me do fun things and build cool things. I got to be the executive director of a 1,000 person functional medicine graduate association. I got to build them a brand new business school from the ground up. All things I just love to do. It was so cool to get to do this, but I'm in front of 1,000 people, on the functional medicine side. I have my private practice on, my private client side, and I am feeling like an imposter, right? I am 20 pounds overweight and I'm kind of panicking. I also am a former pharmaceutical sales rep. So when I talk about Ozempic, when I talk about Mounjaro, when I talk about big pharma and the drug companies, I speak from a place of experience. I repped for Abbott Labs. I made a lot of money as a drug rep. I thought it was the coolest job when I was younger. I was like, oh, I get a car and a phone and gas, and this is great. But what I now realize is I was literally selling drugs to people who could have used dietary interventions, nutrition, exercise interventions to actually get healthy instead of just mask their symptoms. And I'm so glad I'm on this side of it now. I'm glad I went through that as well, but I also have a pretty in-depth understanding of the world of big pharma. And let me tell you something, when they sell you Ozempic, they are very motivated to keep you on Ozempic. Side effects be damned, right? So here I am feeling like an imposter. I'm literally laying in bed, sweaty. I have to go before, my students tomorrow, and I have to talk with them. I have to go to a conference. People are going to see me and they're going to realize I am chubby. I am not feeling like I'm practicing what I'm preaching. And I really down deep wanted to be a good example for my clients, for my kids, for my friends that ask me all these questions about nutrition. And I, like you, had tried everything. I was doing low fat and low carb and Atkins and carnivore, Weight Watchers, veganism, macros, calorie counting, intermittent fasting, cleanses, detox, isogenics. Every Sunday night, I'm online, I'm on Google searching up diets that work, searching up what diet will work for me, all of the diets, thinking that that was where, my salvation was going to come from. I also will tell you, this is kind of embarrassing, but I will tell you, I looked into Ozempic too. I couldn't qualify for semaglutide, but I was written a prescription from a doctor for generic Contrave, which is Wellbutrin compounded with another, I think it's LDN, Wellbutrin and LDN, low dose naltrexone. It's supposed to reduce your appetite. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. I'll try that. But I felt so crappy, you guys. My brain fog was so intense. My body felt like it was shutting down. So I ended up throwing it out after 3 days, knowing that drugs are probably not the solution to the problem that I have. So here's what changed. During my time at FDN, I came across a chiropractor named Sachin Patel. He's also an FDN. He is fantastic. And he has a program that I got to go through as a professional bonus from working for FDN. And what I saw blew my mind. All these people are losing so much weight and they're doing it naturally just with food. So I'm like, no way people are getting these results. I always do everything first for myself before I bring it out to my client. So I was like, well, naturally, I'm going to do this. Number one, I might lose some weight, so I'm all in. Number two, I want to make sure it's kosher before I start, bringing it to people. And guess what? I got amazing results. I did. So I started running that program with my clients right away, and they started getting amazing results too. I have been where you are. All right. Maybe I'm not the chubbiest. Maybe I'm not the skinniest. Like all of that is really relative, but you can see, like, I just am not happy here. Like my shorts are not fitting. My belly is not happy. Like I was just not feeling great about myself. And I spent this, like, I was here for 15 years of trial and error, feeling like I was kind of miserable and hopeless about my weight. Doing this program in 10 weeks, I lost 23 pounds and I was really actually feeling pretty dang good. This was literally this week. Again, I'm not the fittest. I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. I'm 41. Like, I'm not winning any fitness competitions. I don't even work out that hard. And here, this is hilarious, my face here. But you can see, like, I practice this program. I practice this because it works. It works for women, especially women ages 30 through 50. So that's what I have for you. Now, I'm a nutrition professional, but I'm not a doctor, so I don't diagnose, treat, or prescribe, and none of this is medical advice. What I found in going through this program, so I ran it on myself. I started running a beta test where I brought, almost 20 women through the program to see like what works, what doesn't work, how can we tweak it, what do you like about it, what do you not like about it. Learned a ton. Then I went in and started running it with my private clients. My private clients pay me a lot of money to run a series of functional labs on them and coach them intimately for 6 weeks. We spend a lot of time together. And so going through this program with my girls too, I learned so much more. I got 3 breakthroughs that really changed everything for me and how I implement this with women. Number 1 is a calm nervous system. Number 2 is balanced hormones. And number 3 is a roadmap for the future. Without these 3 things, it will be very hard to not just lose weight, but also keep it off. So let's go through these things quickly, but in a little bit more detail. The first breakthrough I had was how to safely and permanently lose weight in a cost-effective manner when you've tried everything else. You have probably been told that Ozempic can help you effortlessly eat less and lose weight. And yeah, it does that. Like that's what it was, not designed to do. It was actually designed for diabetics. But when they figured out that people were losing weight, they're like, yeah, okay, we'll use it for weight loss. But to qualify, you have to have a BMI of 30 or higher, or you have to have a BMI of 27. And BMI is body mass index, right? Or a BMI of 27, along with a weight-related medical condition like sleep apnea or type 2 diabetes. Don't feel bad if you believe this because everyone is telling you like Ozempic, 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 Google, doctors, weight loss clinics, TikTok, your friends, your grandma. So you think it's going to work and it's going to work for you and it's going to be super easy and all of a sudden you're just going to be skinny. But there are some roadblocks, right? The cost of these weight loss drugs with insurance are expensive. Without insurance become almost cost prohibitive. I do have people in my life who are paying $1,000 or more every single month to get their Ozempic shot. $1,000 out of pocket every month, month over month over month over month over month. Some of them qualify with insurance, but most of them don't. Even with the most popular actual weight loss drug, which is Wegovy, it's actually not Ozempic that's the most popular, it's Wegovy. That's going to cost you $405 a month with insurance. These statistics are from January of 2024, just so you know, so they are fairly recent. I want to tell you something about semaglutide too, right? Semaglutide has a lot of GI effects, a lot of, negative effects on the body. Most notably, these are GI events, gastrointestinal adverse events, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, and abdominal cramps. I do have a friend in real life who spent 3 days in the hospital with uncontrolled diarrhea after being on Ozempic, and that was like a small dose. She spent 3 days in the hospital. I saw her. She looked great, but then I saw her, a couple months later after she'd recovered and she had to go off the shot, and her body just bounced back, right? It didn't stay. It didn't keep the weight off. Several studies have actually suggested an association between SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and gastroparesis. So this is characterized by delayed gastric emptying. Guess what Ozempic does? Wegovy, Mounjaro, right? What do? Well, they delay your gastric emptying. They keep food in your stomach longer, right? So they're doing an artificial, creation of gastroparesis, which is something that I try to get my clients out of. We don't want food sitting in the stomach. When that happens, the bacteria that are in your stomach and your small intestine start to build up, start to increase, start to ferment, and become something like SIBO or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. all disease starts in your gut too. That's from Hippocrates, right? 2500 BC. And we know it to be true, those of us working in the functional medicine space, that if the gut is not happy, the mama is not happy, right? So with the semaglutide, and with gastroparesis, it's really difficult to maintain hydration and nutritional status. So people who have delayed stomach emptying, whether it's Ozempic, derived or whether it is naturally derived, are at risk for, yes, weight loss, right? But also malnutrition and vitamin and mineral deficiencies. No bueno. We do not want to be deficient in our vitamins and minerals. Just coming from the web, and this statistic is from 2 days ago. So this is from April 30th, 2024. The main side effects of Ozempic are constipation, diarrhea, nausea, dizziness, fatigue, allergic reaction, blurred vision, burping, low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, thyroid cancer. And I want to share something about that with you in just a minute. Abdominal pain, gallstones, rapid heartbeat, bloating, pancreatitis, headache, decreased appetite, heartburn, kidney disease, lump, and muscle loss. All right, that's a lot. Now, I just read an article literally today. I follow a DO, a doctor of osteopathy, a thyroid doctor. His name is Dr. Weston Childs. He writes one of the preeminent thyroid blogs on the web. He's a doctor. It's meticulously researched. It is a wonderful website. I would encourage you to go there and look at it. Dr. Weston Childs. He just put out an article today that said he's changed his stance on all semaglutide drugs, all GLP agonists. He used to use them with clients, and he used to promote them and tell people where to get them and how to get them. And he said he absolutely was wrong, because we are starting to see that there is an increase in thyroid cancer in people who have been on semaglutide for a period of time. And this is already, think about it. 2 years ago, did you know about Ozempic? Right? 18 months ago, did you know about Ozempic? This is a relatively new drug. People have been on it for a short period of time, and already we are starting to get reports that people are getting thyroid cancer just by being on Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and all of the other GLP-1 agonists, all right? Let alone now we have Ozempic face, and you've probably seen this, like if you're on any random BuzzFeed, like I am on my phone, it knows what I like to see, right? But this is what's called Ozempic face, right? People get really gaunt really fast because they're losing weight and they're not eating differently. They're just losing weight. And at the same time they're losing weight, since they're not eating enough protein, they're also losing muscle. All right. As we just talked about, all disease truly starts in the gut. So this is from Hippocrates, 2500 BC, a long freaking time ago. Hippocrates also told us we're either feeding disease or we're fighting it. So you're probably here because you know that I don't just care about your weight loss. I also care about your health and your nutritional status and whether or not you're actually nourished. So if you're going to accidentally destroy your gut microbiome by taking Ozempic, this is going to lead to long-term health issues that women are in my office complaining about every single day. Taking Ozempic is going to exacerbate the health issues you already have. Results matter. You want to lose weight, but you also want to get healthier. And Ozempic does not make you healthier. The reset makes you healthier. Unequivocally, I have seen this. I run labs on my clients. So I'm able to see, nutritional status increase, digestion get better, hormones start to come into balance. The reset really does make you healthier by improving your gut health and your metabolism. And it allows you to lose up to 20 pounds or more naturally. Again, we do this in 10 weeks. In a group coaching class with weekly pre-recorded masterclasses. And for this group now, daily Facebook support, all right? Financing for this program is available. You can pay in full also, but it is a paid program and it works naturally. I need to tell you something that's very important too. And the more I research this, the more I get trained in quantum biology and circadian rhythm and the natural, hormone cycles of especially a woman's body. I realize how true this is, that reducing calories without managing the nervous system activates the stress response. And this makes you more prone to regaining the weight later. All right. Here is a Dutch test from a woman in my practice. We measure cortisol levels. We measure how stressed out the woman is. We also measure what her cortisol pattern looks like. I have never seen cortisol levels so high, for one person. Oftentimes I'll see very elevated cortisol levels, but this is very, very high. This is a woman stuck in the stress response. Metabolized cortisol is how much cortisol your adrenal glands actually produce. Free cortisol is what is available in the bloodstream at any given time. Free cortisol is very high. Metabolized cortisol is very high. The bummer for this poor lady is that she wakes up with no cortisol at all. So it's really hard for her to get out of bed. She's exhausted every morning, and then her cortisol just shoots up through the roof and stays very elevated all day long. This woman is going to have a very hard time losing weight, and she's going to have a very hard time keeping weight off. I want to share with you some of the things that people who've gone through the reset have said. Lisa's lost 18 pounds and 3 inches off her waist. She was just excited that she finally got to take care of herself. And I love that about her. Julie said she hit her 30-pound mark on the maintenance phase. And she's like, that's crazy. You know, she even had a little alcohol during that time. She doesn't want to go back to her old ways of ignoring her self-care needs, but she feels so great on the reset. And some of the questions that you guys are going to have, right, is this program worth it? And can I make it fit into my life? So with the Living Light Metabolic Reset, that first beta group of ladies in the Facebook group, there were 14 people. 19 ladies signed up for it, but not everyone wanted to do Facebook. So in the Facebook group, we have 14 of those 19 reporting. And I asked them, like, please give me honest feedback. Like, I'm not going to grow from people saying, like, I just loved it. The program was great. Like, I want to know what I can change, what I can fix to make it better. And so I asked them, you know, I feel like the program was worth the investment, yes or no, and then tell me why. Look at this, 100%, 14 out of 14 women said this program was worth the investment, and they paid just about what I'm charging now. And they also asked, you know, can I make it fit my life? I'm busy, I have kids, I'm working, I'm carpooling, I'm, you know, in philanthropy, I'm in ministry, I'm homeschooling, doing all of the things. Like, can I make this fit my life? And literally 14 out of 14 women, 100% of my women said yes. You know, it took maybe a week, right? It took a little bit of time to figure out how I'm going to do this, but I felt very confident in how I could make this program work into my social life, my family life, my work life, and my travel life. So I hope that allays some of your fears that not only is the program worth it, but also you can do it no matter where you are at in your life. I also learned that hormones have to be balanced so you can lose weight. And you've probably been told that if you're not losing weight, you just haven't cut your calories low enough. And that's wrong. Here's why. Because if we just cut calories lower and lower and lower, this is going to backfire. It activates your sympathetic nervous system, and this keeps you in fight or flight mode. Your thyroid hormones, your stress hormones are very sensitive to changes in your weight and your set point, and they're going to slow down the entire metabolism when your HPA axis senses danger. That's your hypothalamus, your pituitary, and then down, you know, on top of your kidneys, your adrenal glands, HPA axis. Now, you can continue to cut calories and not lose weight if you're stuck in fight or flight mode. And it's not your fault for feeling like you have to be okay with this, right? You think if a diet worked once for you, if it worked twice for you, it's tempting to believe that that same thing's going to work again. I hear this all the time from women in my practice. Like, I haven't changed anything about my diet, or I went back on my low carb diet, or I went back to the gym again and like my weight's not budging, right? But you have to realize that as we age, our bodies change. So you have to evolve the way you treat it in order to get the results you want. My husband just went through this program with me. He's always been naturally slim, naturally fit. He was a college athlete. He swam for miles every day, right? For many, many years. He's a little older. He's 46 now. Going on this program with me, in 2.5 weeks, he was down 11 pounds, and nothing has shifted for him, you know, in the past couple of years. So he was really happy, but he couldn't just do the same things that he's always done in order to get that weight off. He's getting a little bit older. And so he had to evolve his nutrition in order to get the results he wanted. You guys need to know too, like what you're feeling in your gut is totally spot on, right? You probably already know this. Decades of dieting, the average woman spends 21 years of her life on a diet. Yeah. Decades of dieting have messed with your stress hormones, your cortisol and adrenaline levels, and then also your steroid and sex hormones, your progesterone and your testosterone levels. This is why you have no libido, you can't sleep, and you're moody all the time. Adult women need to be eating about 2,000 calories a day. When I work with private clients one-on-one, my first objective is to get them eating 2,000 calories a day regularly without gaining weight before I can even put them into a cut. All right. This program, the reset, is going to supercharge that length of time by giving you loading days. And your loading days are, you know, they cover a multitude of sins of trying to, you know, diet for long periods of time. They instantly reset your metabolism so your body is ready to lose weight once we get into the release phase. Now, when you live in a deficit for years and years at a time, basic functions of the body start to slow down. Your thyroid function, your temperature, your hair growth, your nail growth, your skin, everything starts to slow down because your metabolism's compromised. And this is why you cannot lose weight or why you gain weight, even in a fairly severe deficit. I have women who are eating 1,200 calories a day, 1,500 calories a day, and they're gaining weight. Like, that's ridiculous. We should be eating 2,000 calories a day without gaining weight. But with decades of dieting and putting your body into that fight or flight mode for so long, so often, our stress hormones are activated, and it's really hard for us to lose weight. Again, even in a deficit. So clearly, not having the right information is keeping you in the dark. It's preventing you from losing weight. And so I'll tell you the solution. The solution is making your body feel safe. It's giving your body safety signals. And we need to do that together. That is part of the program. Weight loss maintenance is very difficult because hormonal adaptations encourage weight gain, right? It's true. All of the hormones that are affected when you are messing with your metabolism are eventually going to encourage weight gain after in diet-induced weight loss. That's why you need to have a plan, a roadmap for going forward. A really well-formulated weight loss plan is going to care for your hormones correctly. It's going to take metabolic rate into consideration during, after the period of release, and it's going to increase natural dopamine, your pleasure hormone, so that food is no longer used as a trigger for joy, right? So there's joy, which we can have joy in the Lord, we can have joy in our families, we can have joy in our relationships, we can have joy in our work, and then there's pleasure. And food is pleasure. Food is not joy. So when people say, you're taking away my joy, because I'm like, well, we're not going to have coffee with cream in it. By the way, you still get coffee on the reset, but you don't get cream and sugar in your coffee. And they're like, you're taking away my joy. I'm like, that's sad. Like, our joy, needs to be in our circumstances, our relationships, and, our relationship with our higher power, right? It shouldn't be in our food. If we can increase natural dopamine in the brain so we get pleasure out of other things in our life, food no longer has to be that source of joy. It can be, a time of pleasure, right? And as I transition women out, from maintenance back into regular eating, we talk about our weekly joy eats, where you get to use food as joy and pleasure, but it shouldn't be the thing that you use all the time to bring you any joy at all, right? Lisa, too, here said she's tried all the programs. She spent so much time. She had zero lasting success. She said that the Living Light Metabolic Reset is a lifestyle reset. It's not just a diet reset. She liked it because she heard the facts backed by science and research. If you are a nerd like me, you are going to love the reset because your modules have a lot of science, right? I try to present it in a fun way. I hope it's not too nerdy. It's kind of fun. But there's science behind what we're doing, right? Jana is thrilled with how much weight she lost. Like Lisa, like so many of my women, she's tried so many diets and nothing worked. She tried all these diets for the whole year of 2021 and she only lost 5 pounds. But here, right now, she is doing the reset. She lost a ton of weight. She shows up later on in the program. I think she lost 18 pounds total. And she's a petite woman, a small woman, right? And she said she knows that she has the tools now and knows that she can lose weight. All right. So here are a couple of my private clients. These are women I work with in my private client services where we do lab testing and really get to the bottom of all of their health concerns. I have a lot more time with them. I have 6 months with these women. They come to me and they are malnourished. They are starving. They can't sleep. Their hair is falling out. Their gut is a mess. They have no energy, no libido. They just feel terrible. And so I have to get their body back into that safety signal, area where they feel like their body is starting to get nourished again. And I have to nourish them, for quite some time, months and months. And they're like, when am I going to lose weight? When am I going to lose weight? I'm not losing weight. And I'm like, girl, you are eating 2,000 calories a day. Look at this. And your weight's staying pretty stable. These women are on about 2,000 calories a day. Their weight's staying pretty stable. If you do that correctly, right, then your weight will stay pretty stable. If you do it incorrectly, it won't, just so you know, all right? But then look at this. Can you tell when these women started the Living Light Metabolic Reset, their weight just starts to drop like a brick in this very predictable pattern of weight loss that takes, a couple months, 6 to 10 weeks, the time of the reset. But you can see how much weight the body is capable of losing when it is given the correct safety signals. So the Living Light Metabolic Reset, it balances your stress hormones. It balances your sex hormones. It gives you a specific meal plan. What we do in the plan is that we are doing some targeted fasting. We have a only food-based program. It's lean meats, fruits, and vegetables. No dairy, no gluten, no sugar, no alcohol. This is a 10-week group coaching program. It walks you through 6 weeks of losing Ozempic level weight and then 4 weeks of stabilizing that weight loss for life. Now, Ozempic's not going to give you this. I've told you, I've seen people who have stopped taking Ozempic. They are back to the weight that they are on because they never learned how to change their eating habits. Other programs don't walk you through the maintenance part. So I do have 100% success rate with clients losing 11 to 30 pounds or more in 10 weeks or less. And that is the side I want to be on. I'm like, I want to learn how to actually take care of my body. And I'm going to teach you that again in maintenance. So point number 3 is that you can't keep weight off permanently if you don't have a roadmap for the future. Now you've been told, and I've heard so many people say this, they're like, I'm just going to use Ozempic as a jump start. I'm just going to use Ozempic for a little bit, like get like those 5 to 10 to 15 points off or pounds off. And then I'm just going to like, eat well and exercise. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Does that happen? It rarely happens. It doesn't really happen, right? You think you can take over after you've had the shot for a couple months and then you can just like go on with your new habits. Nope, that's not going to happen. Because like any other diet, you obviously need to stick with the healthy principles after you lose weight. You guys know I am a former pharma rep and the drug companies know, they make a lot of money on this drug. They know you're going to have to stay on their drug a long time to keep your weight off. They know that. There are multiple anecdotal and scientific stories online about people gaining their weight back and then more weight after going off of semaglutide. So here is one of those studies, right? This study from 2022, fairly recent study, said that 1 year after the withdrawal of once weekly semaglutide shots, 2.4 milligrams, which is kind of a low dose of semaglutide, and lifestyle intervention, participants regained 2/3 of their prior weight loss. That is a big bummer. You're telling me that for a year, you're spending $12,000 in a year and you're losing, weight. And then a year after that, you're in the whole $12,000 and you put back on 66% of your weight. I'm like, this feels like a no-brainer. I don't think I want to do that. Here's another thing, right? Remember that weight gain post semaglutide is totally normal. So people are being told this, like if you go off Ozempic, it's totally normal for you to put weight back on. Like, wah, wah. Oh, okay, great. Thanks. Normal doesn't mean I want it, right? And a study in the Journal of Pharmacology and Therapeutics did find that a majority of people who take semaglutide, again, gain most of the weight back in a year or less. So sad. Like you've done so much for your poor body, right? To gain it weight back sucks. This is from one of my private clients who's going through the reset right now. She's literally like, this was from like 2 weeks ago. She messaged me in the morning. She's like, is it okay that I'm losing this much weight in the maintenance part? She's like, I really love it, but I'm just wondering, like, can I still be losing this much weight? I'm like, your body loves it. Let's keep going. Do it. So let me ask you guys, what would your life look like if you woke up in the morning and you're like, yes, I get to do this again. I get to go to my job. I get to serve my family. I get to spend time with my husband. I get to go, run my kids around in carpool. I get to see other moms in the pickup line instead of like, oh my gosh, I have to get out of bed. I can't do it again. What if you fit effortlessly into every single cute piece of clothing in your closet? What if you actually responded to your husband's advances? Because not only did you have more energy, you were feeling all like svelte and sexy, like, yeah, baby, come here. What if you felt grounded and centered enough to enjoy every single moment with your kids? What if you could feel confident that you were getting the tools you need to actually keep your weight off after losing it? And what if you didn't have to worry about the side effects of semaglutide? I can't see you in the chat. I can't see you in the Q&A, but I would love to have you guys write down what some of those things, like what would your life look like? What would you be doing? How would you be acting? How would you be feeling? What clothes would you be wearing? I want to know those things because life could look very, very different. I did want to share this with you guys too. This is just from a couple of days ago. Another one of my private clients going through the reset. We held her for a time and then she lost pretty dramatically. All right. At her top, she was 172 and now she's 140. All right. And, actually today I checked in with her and she's at 139.2. So she has gotten into the 130s. She did this with her husband. Her husband lost close to 45 pounds already in the same, 10-week period. And this client, she's 50, she's postmenopausal. Like, people think when they're postmenopausal, their bodies are just like, done. Like, we're just giving up, right? That is not the case. Even if you're 50 and postmenopausal, this program is going to work very well for you. So this gives you a specific roadmap, not just for losing the weight, but for keeping it off long term. So I like to call this the Betty White, and it works like a charm. And you're going to have to come into the program with me to learn exactly what the Betty White is. So again, we do this through our 10-week coaching program. You learn how to eat to lose weight for 6 weeks, and then you learn how to eat to keep your set point steady in maintenance, not just in maintenance, but for the rest of your life. I do want to tell you guys that I am offering financing, and we already said a year of Ozempic is $12,000. This is much cheaper than a year of Ozempic, plus it works better. It's cheaper and safer, all right? I want you guys to do this for you too. Like, yes, I have a program to sell, but I also did this program myself, and I see how well it works for my women. And I see women like coming out of their shells. I see women feeling more confident, feeling sexier, feeling like they have more energy, finally feeling like they can trust their bodies again, because their bodies are finally losing weight the way they know their bodies are supposed to, right? You get the tools to balance your hormones, address food intolerances and sensitivities, eat out at restaurants, travel. I went to Austin, Texas on one of my resets. I went down to San Diego on this last one. I went on multiple volleyball tournament, trips with my daughter. Like, you can do this while you're traveling. You can do this taking care of kids and husbands. You can learn how to meal prep, shop, and plan. You can also account for the times where you feel like going off plan, because again, I'm teaching you how to manage your nervous system. I'm teaching you how to take your day and stay out of fight or flight mode as much as possible so your body calms down and feels safe enough to lose weight and keep it off. What we covered today, though, is just the tip of the iceberg. So there's a lot more to learn that I cannot present before I have to go take my kid to football. So to make all of this work, you still need to know what safety signals your body needs before it can lose weight. So please, 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 please don't just do another weight loss program if you've already been under eating for a period of time. You need to learn how to protect your current and future hormones, and you need to nourish your body appropriately so it responds favorably. You need to learn how to implement the right diet for a 30 to 50-ish woman. If you've already tried every diet out there, you realize they don't work, right? And you need to get the right tools for what works for your body. Most importantly, I would argue, is that you have to keep your body out of fight or flight mode, because for me, it wasn't until I cracked this part that I actually started losing weight and keeping my weight off, that I was able to course correct very easily, and that I was free from the obsession of finding a diet that works. I am no longer Googling weight loss or diet plans on Sunday night. I know what works, and I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. Know that, you could get there in many ways, right? But do you want to get there, and spend 2 or 3 years figuring out yourself? Or do you want to spend 10 weeks just following somebody who knows exactly what to do to lead women through their weight loss goals so you can actually accomplish what you want to accomplish, in 10 weeks? I told you at the beginning, this is like a quick fix, right? It sounds so funny to say, but again, I've worked with women for like years and years and years doing like macro counting and calorie counting and optimizing protein, and damn, that stuff takes a long time, and it doesn't always result in the weight loss that women actually want. So they start to get frustrated, and they start to get bored, and some of them start to get a little bit angry, right? And so I do have the program that will show you how to do that in 10 weeks or less, but then also stay at your new set point. And that really is the crux. So here's a Living Light Metabolic Reset. It is, the new way to lose semaglutide level weight and keep it off naturally. You can finance the program for just hundreds of dollars a month. That's between you and your financing bank. Here are the prices. Like, I want to get to those for you. I've been teasing them for a while. One-time payment, you can pay for $34.97. I do want you to hold on a second, because if you're sitting here today, I do have a $500 off coupon for you. It brings down the one-time payment to $29.40 or $29.97. But you can use PayPal, where you buy now and pay later, which is kind of cool. I just actually did this with a home body reclining chair, and I'm so excited. It's definitely cool, right? Using your Pay Now or PayPal, buy now, pay later, and same with Affirm. So you can finance this program for as low as $122 a month. Like, I don't want finances to be the reason you don't have access to this program, right? If you do want to just pay one time and be done with it, that's an option. I do have a split pay payment too, where you pay, 2 months in a row. So all of those are options for you on the payment side. What do you get in the course itself? We have 10 weeks where you are doing a Facebook group. I do live Q&As once a week. You have a video module that you're watching once a week, just once a week. That's it. Like put in 20 to 30 minutes once a week to watch the video, play it on double speed while you're outside walking, and you can have all of your coursework done in like, 15 minutes, right? But you are going to want to be very diligent in week 1. You are going to want to understand what is going on in this program because, like I said, you're going to be unlearning a lot of the things that you feel like are right about nutrition. But let me ask you, like, you might feel like those things are right about nutrition, but how are those things working out for you? Like, that's what I had to ask myself. Jenny, how are these things working out for you? You're doing all of the things. How's that working out for you? They were not working out for me. So again, be willing to unlearn and trust me on what to do here. All right. You're going to want to read your manual. You're going to want to go through your housekeeping module in detail, gather your supplies, and get ready for your loading days, the 2 most fun days of your life. No, I'm just kidding. You got your wedding day and your baby's born, but these are pretty fun days. In week 2, kind of the same thing. Week 1, you're losing about 1 to 2 net pounds. Week 2, you're losing about 5 to 7 pounds. Week 3, every week we're taking our weight and our measurements. We're doing a coaching call. You're doing your masterclass. You're journaling for me. We're all in this program. All right. And you are losing weight at the same time. The more time and effort you adhere to this program, which you can do in 15 minutes a day, the better results you're going to get. And the more you're going to have these predictable weight losses that my clients tend to experience, right? Same thing, week 5, week 6, you're losing between 3 and 7 pounds, every single week. All right. We start to slow down once we move into maintenance, right? We have a maintenance game plan in our masterclass, and then we have a coaching call and transitioning to maintenance. You might lose a little bit of weight there, but by week 8, you generally have met your set point. Now I have some clients who continue to lose, right? During maintenance, but we're really trying to work on getting that set point. So those are your 10 weeks of modules that you get. We also have a Facebook group, the Living Light Metabolic Reset Summer Facebook group. So this is where I answer all of the questions. It's where we do our live events, and it's where I really get to interact with you and learn about you, right? If you have questions, you're going to post them here and I am going to answer. If you don't love Facebook, make up a dummy name like, Starlord 25, right? And just get on Facebook with a dummy name where nobody from high school knows that you're on there, and just get into the group and start participating with us. Okay. Here's exactly what you get. You get the Living Light Metabolic Reset. You get 8 live 1-hour coaching calls with me on Zoom. You get 6 master classes. You get an amazing community. You also get the 7-day 5-pound detox challenge. I'm going to make sure I post that for you guys so you can get that link. I'll send it out in the webinar replay as well. You get a dining out guide. So even if you can't cook, you know exactly what to eat. And here, literally, like, this is what you'll save. You don't have to go to a functional medicine doctor, right? You don't have to get labs drawn. So that saves you $2,500. You don't spend $1,000 in random weight loss, energy boosting, sleep supplements. You don't spend $5,000 on therapy and counseling because you hate your body. You don't spend $8,400 to $12,000 on Ozempic, and you don't spend $4,000 on a medically supervised weight loss program. So you save over $20,000. And I am giving away a $500 special offer. So $500 off that $34.97. You get it for $29.97 using the code LIGHT. All right. Here are some questions I had last time I ran this webinar. Does a plan work with a gluten-free diet? Yes. Everything on the plan is gluten-free. There is no gluten on the diet, and you're going to definitely feel a difference. And I'm going to teach you what to eat. So don't feel like, oh, what am I going to do if I'm not eating gluten? I'm going to tell you exactly what to eat on the plan so that you can lose weight. Cheryl said, have you had success with fully menopausal women, not perimenopausal? Even though my niche is perimenopausal women, you already saw with one of my clients, she's 50 and postmenopausal, and she lost a lot of weight going through the reset. So yes, I have had success with fully menopausal women. Holly asked, do I need to exercise? This is a great question because we actually do not really exercise on this plan. I'm inviting you to take a true reset. So I invite you to slow down. Remember, we're trying to get out of fight or flight mode. We're trying to get out of that nervous system imbalance, right? And I don't want you doing CrossFit or Orange Theory or training for a marathon or getting up at 4:30 to go work out. You get a little piece of rest and relaxation for these 10 weeks so your body can reduce inflammation and you can actually lose weight. Now, that doesn't mean you can't move your body. Like, I still want you walking. You can do a little bit of light lifting. You can do like Pilates or, bar or stretching, yoga, but you are not actually going to be exercising much at all on the plan and still losing 11 to 30 pounds. Okay, good FAQs. Are you a doctor? Absolutely not. I don't diagnose, treat, or prescribe. Do you take insurance? I don't take traditional insurance, but actually, if you have your own FSA or HSA funds, like a debit card with your funds, you can actually use this for my services or the program. This is a great question too. Like, okay, how do I talk to I know I want to do it, but I got to ask my husband, like he doesn't want to spend the money. So I will tell you, my husband is a fan of the following: data, a plan, and a happy wife. We'll leave it at that, right? This is, another good question too. What if I tried everything? So you probably have dieted and exercised your way into sympathetic nervous system dominance. So you've already tried harder, but you haven't tried different. So this program is different. It was different for me. It's the only thing that ever worked, right? And it will be different for you too. What if I can't possibly add one more thing to my crazy life? My husband and I actually talked about this question while I was like preparing this. I was like, I don't really want to ask you for feedback because I'm, prideful, but I need to ask you for feedback. Can you tell me? So like we were talking about this question. He's like, babe, we're all always going to be busy. He's like, when I was doing the reset, I was busy, but I was sick of feeling like crap. So, if you don't want to feel like crap and you want, energy and enjoyment to actually feel content and joy in your life because you're healthy and you're losing weight, this is going to equip you a little bit better to actually deal with life. What if I can't afford the program? Totally. Like it's usually the one complaint that people have like, yes, I want that program, but I want it for free. Right? Like I know I want the same thing, but I will say as I've evolved in my health and my business, it's not till I hire people. Remember the who, not how. I look at somebody, I'm like, she has what I want. I'm going to hire her to get the same thing. And that's when I lost 15 pounds, grew a business, started a strength training program, all these things I was kind of nervous to do. Once I hired the right coach, it really helped me get to my goals faster. And that's the same thing that'll happen for you. Like can you afford, to just keep feeling the way you're feeling, right? Like at some point I was like, gosh, just got to bite the bullet. This is why I work. I'm going to hire that coach, knowledge is a money saving power. What if you didn't have to go on another diet next year or the year after? I literally have women who have been messaging me like this week who have done the reset and they're like, I kind of let my weight creep up just a little bit. Because remember, that group of women didn't have access to the Betty White part of the program, which I now include in all of my programs. They're like, I know exactly what to do. I'm going back on the reset. They're like, I'm doing it, Jennifer. I'm like, yes, like they know that it works, right? So you have that knowledge, which is a money saving power in the future. And do remember, payment plans are available. Can I have coffee? Yes, you can. How long till I see weight loss? Well, most of my clients are going to see at least 5 pounds in the first 2 weeks. A great majority of my clients lose 15 pounds or more by the end of the 6-week release phase. How long do you have access to the program? You always have access to the program. You never lose it. Hence why some of my ladies who have, done the program a couple of years ago are now re-accessing their program and going through it again. When does this start? It starts right now. Okay. It starts right now. We have our first group coaching call on Tuesday, May 7th, but you want your program now. All right. I have women that are already in the Facebook group. They've already been buying their programs. I think we have at least 6 or 7 ladies in there already because they need to get their housekeeping module watched. They need to start gathering their supplies. They need to start preparing this weekend for their loading days. They need to really get ready for the reset. So now the program starts. All right. And if you book tonight, remember, you get that $997 bonus where you get chat access to me. Like, you get you get one-to-one chat access for me on my healthy app throughout the duration of the program. I'm going to edit this out later too. All right. Our first call is Tuesday, May 7th. It runs through June 18th, that 6-week release pace. So what if by June 18th, you were 15 pounds smaller? Would you be happy with that? Then you move into maintenance mode from June 18th to July 16th. So how many of you guys are going on vacation, like first week of July, second week of July? You'll be in maintenance. You're going to feel amazing. You'll be down probably 20 pounds by then, rocking your swimsuit on your summer vacation. Do note that our group call is 2 p.m. on May 7th. That's Pacific Standard Time. The replay will be available. We'll do it on Zoom. I know not everybody can get in at that time, so there will always be a replay for that group coaching call. All right. Now, if you want to start even earlier, or if you want to delay a week, I did have one lady reach out to me. She's like, I'm going to Italy. What do I do? I'm like, grab the program, start it now, and then we'll talk about how you go on vacation with, the reset. Like there's always going to be a vacation. There's always going to be a trip. There's always going to be a dinner out. There's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a birthday. Are you sick of feeling chubby, at all of those events, right? Do note too, though, if you grab it, the program is yours to keep. So you don't have to be on our timeline. But I have seen that when women are doing things together, like our group work does tend to be a little bit more effective. Here are some final stats for you, and we're almost done. We made it. How much weight did you lose during the 6 weeks of release? So 99% lost between 11 and 20 plus pounds. All right. We also saw that, the program was worth the investment and that women got into a good groove. Like 100% of them figured that the program was worth the investment. 100% of them got into a good groove working the program into their social, family, work, and travel life. So these are some real results. Here's me from the first time. There's my cute little chubby mom belly, right? It's not terrible, I know, but I just didn't want it that big. So by week 10, I was down to like a better size belly. And then by week 20, I was feeling pretty good, like feeling pretty, slim, right? And kept that weight off for a period of time, which is fantastic. I still am in the same dress size I was when I finished my reset in week 20. And it feels really good. This is one of my clients, Amanda, my friend in real life. She is so sweet and amazing. If you knew her, you would love her. So you can see she's lost a considerable amount of weight and she's a petite woman. And she told me same thing, like this is the only thing that's ever worked ever, and I loved it. I loved it. So just want to tell you guys, if I can do this, look at this, like chubby mom with 4 kids feeling overwhelmed and exhausted and an imposter. If I can do this, so can you. So I want to encourage you guys to grab your reset again tonight. I want you to get in like immediately. I'm going to share a couple things with you. All right. See that we have a couple more peoples here popped in, but there are a few things. So I am going to I think I can put stuff into the chat. I have the free gift for you guys because I told you guys I was going to give you that free gift. So let me exit out and find your program, copy it here and paste it right here. Okay. So there is your detox challenge, your 5-day, 5-pound, 7-day detox challenge. That's for you guys. I'm also going to share my screen with you and just show you what some of these options look like for the Living Light Metabolic Reset and how you can finance them. But here also is the Living Light Metabolic Reset. That is where you can purchase it. And let me share my screen here. I keep saying that and then I don't do it. Okay, there we go. Living Light Metabolic Reset. So here's a video. If you want to watch a little bit more about it, you can. All right. Here's everything you get, in the reset. You can upgrade to private coaching with me if that's something that you want to do. And here are the options. So you can do a one-time payment of $34.97. But remember, you use your code LIGHT, capital LIGHT, and that is going to take you down to way less money. All right. $500 off. And you can also pay that split pay option, right? So 2 at $17.50. And you also, I think I gave you guys a wrong code. This is a code I made specially for somebody. So hold on a second. Boo. I'm my only tech person. So hold on. Where's my chat? Stop share. Let me pull you guys back up here. Alrighty. Why can I not see you guys? Stop share. There we go. Hey, okay, we're back. So let me take this one, delete that one, but you can still get your free guide there, okay? And then let me pull up the right code for you. Living Light Metabolic Reset. You think I'd be better prepared? Okay, here we go. This is the one with the light code. Yes. So this one automatically has your coupon code on it for the $500 off. There we go. All right. So here is the actual code, putting it in the chat. So you guys can grab that if that's something you want. All right. And then lastly, I did want to share something with you too. So this is the page that kind of walks you through a little bit more about specifically what you get. It's the sales page. But the cool thing about the sales page, and I'm going to share it with you here, is that there is a little sneak peek. So if you're like, I'm not sure if I want to do it yet, but I would do it today if I were you. I'm just going to show you. If you come down, there is a little sneak peek for you where you can see one of our modules. All right. There's our investment options. You can enroll and course sneak peek. So if you enroll in the course, it's going to be an actual course material, full video lesson, and I'm giving you some of the reset recipes too. So that is the last link I just put in the chat. So grab that too if you just want to do a little sneak peek and see some of the recipes as well. Alrighty. Okay, I gotta leave in a couple minutes to go get my carpool on for football, but let's look at some of these questions. Jenny says, okay, the chat is disabled. You look amazing. If I'm correct, you began this in 2021. How many resets have you done? I've done 1.5. 1.5 resets. And again, I'm not like the fittest, but I'm like wearing the clothes I want to wear. I feel very confident and comfortable in everything I wear. I'm, my energy is good. My sleep is good. I always am working on my digestion. My digestion's not the greatest, but it's like my final stronghold, but I do feel great. Like I told you guys, like I practice what I preach. This works. So I use it. I use these principles all of the time. Somebody says, if we previously purchased the program, is there a way to join your upcoming class? What would be the charge? You can join the class, but yes, there will be a charge for that. So whoever this is, hello, thanks for being here. Just message me, Jennifer at jenniferwoodwardnutrition.com, and I will set something up with you, okay? You do not have to pay for the whole program option again. It probably should charge you, but I won't. So just email me and we'll work something out, okay? Any other questions that you guys have? Is there anything I didn't answer? Is there anything that you would like to know about? Let me know because I have a couple more minutes and I would love to sit here and answer questions for you guys. Just put it on the Q&A. All right. Lacey said, are nootropic semaglutides better than prescription? So give me an example of what you mean, Lacey, like specifically what you mean. Like, are you, I don't know, like nootropic referring to the brain? Yes. But is there a specific, like a brand name or something, because all semaglutides are going to work on being a GLP-1 agonist and activating your PYY enzyme, which kind of activates this other enzyme called cholestatin, which slows down that stomach emptying, your digestion. It slows down food from emptying your stomach, and that is the gastroparesis. So if it's an actual semaglutide, whether it's nootropic or it's a prescription, it is going to be slowing down gut motility. It's going to be, giving you gastroparesis and eventually SIBO. Oh, BPC 157, that's not a semaglutide. No, that's a peptide. We actually use BPC 157 at my house for my husband's knee surgery, my son's, shoulder injury. I use BPC 157. I was just recovering from something lately. So I'm a huge fan of peptides, but BPC 157 is not semaglutide and it will not cause you to lose weight. Actually, I'm trained in enzymes and or peptides, and BPC 157 is fantastic, but it's more for inflammation and cell autophagy. All right. I took a cool course on peptides. Actually, there's all sorts of awesome peptides, but I will also tell you, there was a peptide that I used that I learned about in the course. It was called Weight Off, and it was supposed to like make you lose weight. Did it make you lose weight? No, it did not make you lose weight. Just saying. So there really is no magic pill or magic bullet. It really is about like, can you get out of fight or flight mode? Can you change your diet? Can you change your life? Okay. So let's see here. Anybody else? Any questions? Any comments? Can you guys tell me, like, can you grab the link? Put it on the Q&A if you were able to grab the link, if you're able to see the page. Just give me like a yes or a I did, so I can tell that you guys were actually able to see it. Yay, Jenny, thank you for posting that. Huzzah, huzzah. Okay, good. Well, if there aren't any other questions, I leave you to it. We start immediately. We are in the group already. It starts now. If you grab it, even if you're financing it, you get access to the program right away. Hop into the Facebook group. Your sales page, or your confirmation page, walks you through all of that. So you're absolutely able to get it. You can hop in with us tonight. You can start your loading days this weekend. You can have the most fun, Saturday and Sunday ever. And then you can start getting into release phase next week. So hopefully that's helpful. And thank you guys for being here. I know it's hard to spend an hour of your time doing something that you may or may not want to do. And I really appreciate you guys being here. So thank you again. You'll probably be getting a series of follow-up emails. It's just what I do. Just delete them if you don't want them. And if you do, great. I would love to see you. Thanks again for sitting with me, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.